Hi there, and welcome to Where Media Lives. Where Media Lives is an AWS video podcast featuring the media and entertainment industry. I am here today with Eric Trabb, who's the Senior Vice President of the NAB show, and I'm thrilled to have you, Eric. It's the 100th anniversary, so welcome.
Yeah, thanks for having us, Allison, and it's been a terrific lead-up and celebration. Every hall is crowded. There's a lot of innovation to celebrate, and you can just feel it sort of in the air, what's happening here at the show.
I 100% agree, and I knew it when I landed at the airport here in Vegas. There was a line in the taxi line, which has not happened in the last couple of shows that we've been here. So it's a very, I felt like that was an indicator at least.
The taxis are always a good indicator. You'll find out what the show attendance is going to be by talking to any taxi cab driver.
That's right. Okay, so great attendance, it looks like. And you're celebrating your 100th anniversary. What are the themes? What are the things that you see trending in the industry this year?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen a lot of things happening coming out of the different kinds of workflow. I think there's, basically 3 or 4. Live production in particular, live production in the cloud.
Yeah.
It used to be that cloud was more storage or long-term storage, and this is really accelerated. And so having live production in the cloud has been, we've really seen a lot of that happen. We've also seen this move toward working in these environments is a bit different. So training people on how to be able to do that effectively.
Yeah.
So we've seen a lot of training across the show floor on how to sort of enable them to accelerate their work in that area. Ad monetization, huge, right? So there's all these channels launching in the marketplace. Yeah. There's FAST. FAST is a big topic out on the show floor. The broadcasters are trying to find different ways to monetize all their content. And so there's a lot of software solutions that are coming around out of FAST, and then there's these different ad models that are supporting all that. So, I think broadcasters are finally, reaping some benefits from distributing in all these different streams. And then this show is so big because it covers so many different marketplaces, right? So you cover certainly live production, but then you have streaming, and then you have things like cinema.
Yeah.
And so if you're in the Central Hall, we introduced this new area called City Central. And City Central brought together the Hollywood community to teach them techniques, on-camera techniques. And there's been this convergence over the last few years where the broadcast community and the cinema market have sort of collided. And with that, you're seeing, if you watch a football game, you see like there's a Hollywood sort of feel to sidelines. So, cinematographers are bringing their techniques to broadcasters, and you're seeing that sort of play out in things like sporting events. And so we brought that feel to the show, and we're training people in real life applications on the show floor using dollies, using the same equipment that they would actually use on set. And so all of that coming together has been really exciting to finally see, those of us who produce shows, we work on this for 13 months, and so when you finally see it, you're like, oh, that's just not a drawing. Look at what that looks like in real life. It's really exciting for the team.
Yeah. Well, I love it, and it's a really, you call out this education and training theme, and I know NAB has really been leaning into helping educate and train the industry, and it's a thing that we have found important as well, and so we were the beneficiary of being able to offer an AWS Learning Lounge for the first time here from AWS at the show. As a part of your overall learning effort, tell me a little bit more about NAB's interest in helping to educate and train the industry.
Yeah, it's important. We really want to look out to serve the industry and bring that community along, and it's about looking at that mid-level person and helping that person upskill himself or herself, and then also that younger generation. So there's two approaches here. There's upskilling, and then there's introducing the younger community into the marketplace and helping them feel excited about this marketplace. This industry sometimes doesn't have that appeal, maybe to younger audiences, but we want them to understand this industry is just as exciting as perhaps some others that they're looking at. And I mean, this is a wonderful time to be in our market. I mean, it's super exciting right now.
Yeah, well, that it is. And it's interesting that you speak to bringing in a new generation of young people into the media and entertainment industry. I was surprised that I met a number of college students who were here at the show that is a part of some college organization had been invited to come to the NAB and experience some tours and come
Right.
learn things on the show. Tell me about your relationship with organizations like that.
Yeah, we have a Broadcast Education Association. It's an adjacency to our larger organization, and their primary focus is to do just what you said, is to work with and identify those film schools and other colleges and universities. And when you get them young and you get them passionate, we need to foster that with the next generation of leaders.
Yeah.
And so it's really an important part of the work that not everybody sees. As the larger NAB show organization, sometimes people look at at NAB as an advocacy group, which is a very important part of what we do.
Sure.
But yeah, bringing new people into the marketplace and helping them understand is also an important mission of ours.
I was really encouraged to see that. And in fact, I was happy to share that we have some free learning now available so that you can train up about video workflows in the cloud from AWS. So that was fun. Let's turn to the advocacy that you mentioned there. Tell me, what is happening on the advocacy front with NAB?
Yeah, so there's, I think the most important thing for broadcasters right now is this move to ATSC 3.0, and the impact that that's going to have. And I think so broadcasters are finally now seeing the benefit of this new format. And frankly, having the ability to have a format like that, it's table stakes to compete against all the other immersive technologies that end users, that consumers have in and outside of their homes. So we need to work, on the Hill to, work with the FCC and others to help them understand the importance of, what 3.0 means to, consumers of all of this video content and why they need to be able to have that bandwidth so that they can continue to deliver immersive experiences.
Is that a message that you feel is being understood and received?
Well, it's a chicken and egg. We had years ago when the industry moved to HD, HD was mandated, so everybody sort of had to get on the bandwagon with HD, and it required new equipment. This is not a mandated technology, so it's going to take some time, and we're going to have to prove the concept. I think technologists are going to have to prove this is another method, this is another technology that you can have in your home that's worthwhile. So I think it might take a little longer, simply because it's not a mandated technology. So broadcasters are going to have to prove the value of it.
Okay. Oh, interesting. I'm going to turn to sustainability. This was the first year that NAB launched Sustainability Awards in an effort, I assume, to help evangelize the importance of having a sustainability initiative. Tell me about what caused you to think this is the year?
Yeah, that's a really good question. We've been spending a lot of time understanding our attendee and taking that feedback. And so we had done some research, and the number one issue of today's attendees from the show last year, when we asked them what are they most looking for when they come to the show, was we want to understand more what's happening in the area of sustainability. And that, in conjunction with conversations with companies like AWS, said this topic is becoming really more important. And so what can we do as a servant leader again, and shows, I think, have a responsibility because of the platform that they have.
Sure, yeah.
To be able to elevate the entire community and tell that story to a broader audience. So we thought this was the time, really based on the return results of that readership study, because that study proved this might be the time that this could resonate. And we said, we just need to be able to get enough behind this and take a first step. And so it was a good first step. I think there's plenty of work to continue to do, but I think we delivered a good message. We have a couple of really good partners. And we saw a lot of technology and champions and leadership and organizations who are trying to, get across some change.
Yeah.
And it really just takes one thing at a time, and we're not all going to get there overnight. But we really felt like this was a good, important step to start now. It's coming to a head. It's clear. We all turn on the news every day, and this is real. I mean, there's no hiding from this. This is happening every day. It's impacting all of our lives. And so now was the time.
Yeah. Well, and we of course share that perspective. What I'm hearing from folks or industry customers and partners who are not yet engaged in sustainability is that there's some conundrum about how do I get started? Do you think NAB will move in the direction of helping to set some standards or set first action
Yeah.
recommendations?
Yeah, I think so. This was the first step in a larger roadmap. And I think it was, again, just like we're trying to tell everybody else, just take that first step. And so, yeah, we, even inside of our own organization, we've taken sustainability steps ourselves, which we had never taken before. So now we have a sustainability person, and now we're looking at, well, how do we help our members and, of course, our exhibiting community, to help lead in that example. So, like I said, we have plenty of work still to do, but we're off to a really good start.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. It's great to see you. Congratulations on a fantastic 100th National Association of Broadcasters. I bet you never thought you would,
100.
be here for that. 100 years of anything is fantastic. So
A lot
great.
of years.
Pleased to see you. Thank you, Eric. Have a great rest of your show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.